Well, we have a lot of different things we do with the air dam in the front, which is called a splitter, and then we have our wing in the back. And both those things offset the wind on the way the car handles going down the straightaway, which we reach speeds up to 150, 160 miles an hour. Now here we're probably about 150 top speed, and so anytime you get over about 120 miles an hour, wind has a big effect on your car. So aerodynamics plays a big role in race cars. And so the wing and the splitter both affect the car differently. The splitter, which is in front of the car, pushes down on it, which allows the car to turn at a high speed. And then the wing in the back pushes down on the back and keeps traction on the rear tires as you enter the corner. It squats the car down so it doesn't get loose, as you enter the corner. So they both play a really important function and when you get into high-speed racing.
View, view, race cars.
We try really hard not to do a whole lot. The wing on our car, back up to the front. The front of my car is so blunt. We have a splitter. The splitter is there to take away all of that chassis is known for having some high-speed lift. And so putting a good splitter on the front keeps the air from going under the car. It directs it up into the fascia. But when it hits that blunt fascia, it just sort of explodes. So there isn't a big stream of air running over the car. So the wing, we try to keep the wing as close to zero angle as we can get. Because we're not creating enough downforce to stick the wing up in the air. It would just make the car understeer, push, whatever you want to call that. So what we do is we keep it neutral, but the big thing is the end plates on the wings. See how big they are?
Yeah.
And if you look at the way the body is designed on that car, the greenhouse isn't vertical. It's like this. So while the wing, which isn't allowed to be any higher than the highest point of the roof line, the wing ends go out past that greenhouse. So they're out here. Okay, so the end plates are out in the air, clean. So when you turn the car, and the car starts to do that, then the end plates are turning into clean air, and it's like a rudder. It just stabilizes the rear end of the car. So that's really the aero package that we use. We'll use a little tape on the front of the car on the off occasion, just to, if we're running cool, we'll use a little tape, and it'll create a little bit more airflow. But
View, race cars.
You have it come in through the splitter. By having all the downforce, is it really helping with the tires and the least amount of air resistance to keep it also tracking?
Yes, absolutely. That's what it's there to do. Your tire's 8 inches, so you don't have a very wide tire. And the compound is somewhat hard because they want it that way to make it more challenging on the driver. They make a softer tire, but we're not allowed to run those. So our tire is somewhat narrow and very hard. So the splitter helps push down on the front end of the car, which puts grip on the front of the tire and allows you to turn the car at a faster pace. If there's no splitter, the air would then enter under the car and lift the nose up, which would make it harder to turn. You'd have to slow it down more to make it turn in. So that's the difference. If you take the splitter off, your entry into the corner would be earlier. With the splitter on, you can go in and run deeper. So huge advantage. So some guys will be on the racetrack and tear the splitter off. They'll hit something because they're real close to the ground, and their splitter gets tore off, then it affects the handling of the car and they don't turn as good. So that's how that works.
View, race cars.
we'll use a little tape on the front of the car on the off occasion. Just to, if we're running cool, we'll use a little tape and it'll create a little bit more airflow. But it's not like these Trans Am cars which have noses on them like that. The air just smoothly goes up over those. In fact, if you look at this Mustang next to us, that's the generation that comes right after this one. And the nose, instead of being like this, is like that. specifically to create more air going above the top of the car.